Hello everybody, welcome to day 2 of our place value unit. Today we're going to be learning some new things like what a digit is and how to read those really big numbers that we talked about yesterday. So to begin, we're going to practice our place value just as a reminder. So I have this number right here. It's a 6-digit number because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digits in it. And we're going to review the places and figure out what places these digits are in. Our first number is a 2, and I would like for you to think, what place is the smallest place? What place is that 2 living in? The ones place. Very good if you said ones. The next digit we're going to look at is 0. Does 0 live in the ones place? No, because we already have the ones. It's the next biggest place after the ones place. It's the tens. Very good. Next, we're going to look at our 8. The 8, it's right before the comma. This is the last place that you learned about in 2nd grade. You think you got it? Let's see. Hundreds. Yeah, if you said hundreds, you're right. So remember our comma. When we see that comma, we karate chop the number, and everything after the comma has that word in it. What is that word? Think about that. That's going to tell you what our next place is, where the 4 is living. Thousands. If you said thousands, then you are right. Okay, we have 2 places left, and this is when they get bigger. So these 2, I think, are the most confusing places. To think about it, I want you to remember our pattern. If you look over here in our ones period, we have ones, tens, hundreds, and so the pattern starts over again, but with thousands. Thousands. What comes next over here? 10,000s, yes. And then our big kahuna, what place is our 3 living in? He's living in the 100,000s. Notice how as the places get bigger, the words get longer. It's because the bigger the place, the longer the words. So if you're confused about tens and hundreds, you can always look and see which word is longer, tens or hundreds. Well, 100,000s is bigger, so that's the bigger place. That's a really easy way to remember that. Okay. We're also going to talk about what is a digit. We've kind of touched on this a little bit. A digit is a single number that fits in a place, and only one digit can live in a place at a time. So we got all the single numbers, all the single numbers, all the single numbers. Now put your hands up. That's all these numbers right here. All of these guys are the single numbers. So we can put a 0 in the ones place, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, or a 9. But we cannot put a 10 in the ones place because that's a 2-digit number. And then we have a ones and a tens. Does that make sense? We can only put one digit in a place at a time. Okay? These numbers, they're living that single life. Okay? They want to be single. They want to stay in their own place. They want their own space. Okay? So these numbers are the numbers that can fit into a place, only one at a time. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but not 10, because 10 is a 2-digit number, okay? A digit is a single number, And don't forget about 0. 0 can be really easy to forget about because he's not worth a lot. He's worth nothing. But we don't want to leave him out, guys. We need that 0. And as we get to know numbers more, and as we explore numbers more, you're going to see just how important that 0 can be, all right? Especially when we get to expanded form. We're going to get to that next week, okay? So we're not worrying about expanded form this week, but next week we'll be discussing how important those little zeros are. So that is what a digit is. We're going to be talking about today how to read up to 6-digit numbers. We're going to be talking about 4-digit numbers, 5-digit numbers, and 6-digit numbers. So I have this little cloud and this little box because this is what's going to help us read these big numbers. When you look at this number right here, that is a very big number to read, okay? And just like when we read, we're going to start on this side, and we're going to read this side first. So what we're going to do is we're going to really look at that comma, because that comma is going to split those numbers into 2 big sections. I've got my cloud section over here, which is our thousands period, and that's where thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s live. And then we've got our ones period, where our ones place, our tens place, and our hundreds place live. So we're going to read the cloud first. And then this little comma is going to say the word 1,000. So when you see the word, the comma, you're going to say the word 1,000 when reading the numbers. And then you're going to say whatever is in this box. So let's look at the cloud. How would we say that cloud number? just the numbers in the cloud. We've got a 5, a 9, and a 2. Would I read that 592? No, not unless I was reading a phone number. This is not a phone number, though. This is an actual real number. So I would read that as 592. That's it, 592. Then you see the word 1,000 where our comma is. So I would say 592,000. And I'm going to read in the box 143. So all together, we've got 592,143. And that is how you read those big numbers. So we are going to practice some of that today. I have got this really big number up here. So what I want you to do first is look at this part right here, just where the 6 and the 3 and the 2 are. Let's read that together. 632. 632. And then when we get to that comma says what? 1,000. Very good. So let's try that. 632,000. And then we're going to say that second part. 719. So let's try it all together. 632,719. It's really not as hard as you think it would be when you break it into those two parts, okay? Because we know how to read 3-digit numbers. That's what we're doing here. We're splitting it into two different parts where we can read each of those numbers, and then we say the word 1,000 when the comma is there, okay? So let's try this number. This is a 5-digit number because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to read everything before the comma first. Then we're going to say 1,000 when we get to that comma, and then we'll read the rest of the number after that. So right here, what number is this? The 2 and the 7. We would say that as 27. The comma says 1,000. And then we're going to say 986. Okay? It's really not that hard. Let's try it one more time together. 27,986. Good. All right, now I want you to try this next one on your own, and I will tell you the answer after you say it out loud. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to say it, okay? This number right here. Ooh, it's kind of tricky. Don't let that 0 throw you off, though. Just read this number how you would normally read it. Think about how you would say that. Okay? You want to try it? All right, let me hear it. All right, are you ready to see if you got it right? This is how you would say it. 301,000, because that comma says 1,000, 564. Notice I did not say 301,000. That's not how you would read it. You would say 301,000. And what is that word that we never say? And. We never say the word and when we're reading a number. You learned that in 2nd grade. 301,564. Let's try another one. This is a 5-digit number. Now, this one is a little tricky, so I'm going to explain this one. This has 2 zeros there. And if there's 2 zeros there, you just don't say them. Okay? So we've got this number. What number is that? 56. That's easy. 56. Then we've got a comma, which says 1,000. Good. Good memory, guys. 56,000. And then how would I read this number over here? I wouldn't say 008. I would just say it as 8 because there's nothing in the tens or the hundreds. So it's 56,008. That's pretty easy, isn't it? Yeah. All right. I think we have maybe 1 or 2 more. So let's practice this one and let's see if you can do it on your own. This one has a couple of zeros in there. Still the same idea. Say everything before the comma first, then say 1,000, then say this part. I'm going to give you a minute to say it. I want to hear you saying it out loud because that's how you're going to practice. Are you ready for your answer? Let's see if you got it. 104,023. Okay, there is no and. There's nothing in the hundreds place or in the 10,000s place. So I just read this number, 104,023. And that's it. Do we have any more? Nope, that was the last one. Okay, guys, I hope that you can practice reading some of the numbers in your assignment. Good luck, and I look forward to hearing your responses. Bye, guys.